I've already done more
I just
for
show
this
up.
show than you ever have.
I just show up, bro.
I know.
I just show up.
What's up? This is episode Who Gives a Fuck? I'm your host Keith Obit, normally joined with my best friend Brian McClay. But as you guys know, his ass was fired. And guess what? After hundreds and hundreds of interviews and thousands of applications, I finally found my new co-host. His name is actually Brian with an I, which is pretty fucking cool. So I'm very, very, very excited to announce the Bogcast new co-host. I think he's here right now, so come on in. Awesome, guys. I'm really excited to announce Brian McJ. What the fuck? I thought you you said you were fat. I mean you're fatter, definitely.
What do you want me to do, 200 pounds in a week?
Can you take your hat off? What the fuck? When did that happen? It said on the flyer, long-haired, bearded dudes.
Dude.
Fat. Well, we definitely have a lot of training to do. So you want to say hi to the
No.
the Bog Squad?
No, I'm not ready. I guess so. Hi, Bog.
This
Hi,
is
Bog.
Brian McJ. I changed it back to Brian because it's Brian with an I. I'm trying to get him to be as close to the McClay as possible. Are you all right?
I'm fat, dude.
Even McClay doesn't move like that.
I have dogs on me.
Okay, Fabius, yeah, let me get these guys out of here. Welcome, Brian McJ, the Bogcast new co-host.
I'm gonna have
you know
to-
what? I want to thank you personally. You know why?
Why?
For being early.
I know.
McClay's never been early in the first 135 episodes.
I'm gonna have to sit on like phone books or something. This is tinny, very tinny and loud.
It's tinny.
Yeah.
Check. It's probably the headphone amp. Check.
Tiny bit.
Check.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Yeah, my ear
You know
holes are
what?
blasted out.
Brian never did. He runs the Zoom here. This is one of his duties.
He's never
He
messed
doesn't
with-
do volume checks.
How, man, that was fucking loud as hell.
What an asshole! I didn't even know.
Is he deaf?
I got to take over the audio now. I don't even have to
Man.
train you. You seem like you already know what you're doing.
I know.
Wow, this is already better, guys.
This fucking ass of this chair is gone.
Look at the back of it right there. His back of his sweaty head just rubs it off, you know.
Because this is hidden the whole time.
So you did some studying, or?
Kind of. I mean, I know the guy. A little bit.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
Because these are things I need you to do
I got the
on
shirt
the show.
though. Okay, you know how many times
I can
got-
look at him on a shirt. I just can't
Yeah.
look at him in person right now.
It's because he's disappointing, right?
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
just
wa-
like
I've been-
he's just like one of these. You look at him, you just go like this. Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the short hair. We're definitely gonna have to get you a long blonde wig.
Yeah.
Were you like method and you were trying to, maybe eat what
Dude,
McClay would eat?
No. I mean, yeah.
What the
I
fuck?
had Burger King. I had two
That's something he
bacon.
would
I had
eat.
two bacon cheeseburgers.
He's
and
more of a
Coke.
Culver's guy, but
Did fail McClay's character because of how many stops I made. There's no way McClay would have made as many stops as I did on the way here.
well, let's get started with the training. So maybe some of these things you already know from either research or because you said you know him.
Uh-huh.
So what is one of the things he does when he gets really excited or stoked?
Oh, dude. Oh.
I think that's
'Cause he
That's too
forgets.
much energy.
Well, I mean, yeah, I have less to move around, but that's it. When he has something that he wants to tell you, because he forgets, and he all of a sudden remembers when he's excited about.
But we're already on to another topic at this point.
Absolutely,
So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, absolutely. You're completely thrown off. You're like, oh, all right, well, because
I guess we'll go back to that.
It like takes the wind out of the sails of the current conversation. Yeah. So.
Well, this is actually what he does. Like if, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example. Say a movie is about to reveal like a comic book character that's kind of maybe not known, but he knows, and he's like, holy shit, he's really excited. This is exactly what he does. And I know you've seen this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's like,
So you got to do that a lot.
and then he starts telling you about it and gets very long-winded. And to where you almost lose,
He
like,
almost dies.
well, no, he gets so into it that I've seen you.
You know what? Actually, he gets so into it that it gets me into it, and all of a sudden I'm a fan and I'm buying comics. I don't even give a shit.
But then, but there's been times where he's so into it, talking about it, and like you can tell that you could give two shits
Me?
about what he's talking
Oh,
about
on the show?
Sometimes, yeah. Like he'll be going off, and you're just kind of like, I don't care about fucking any of this shit that he's saying right now. But you try to entertain him, you know. So because
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, well, and I know you learn a lot from him.
Yeah. Well, half of that's true. Half the time I am completely bored as fuck. But the other half, I honestly think I just have like a resting kind of dick bored face.
Yeah.
So I just kind of, even though when I'm really engaged, I just look like
I know you not giving a shit version, and when it's just you know. So I don't know. I can't get comfortable.
Oh shit.
I'm so sweaty.
Yeah, we can.
At least I'm getting the sweaty part now.
We could take a little break and wipe your swamp ass if you want. Okay. Well, I just wanted to introduce the new podcast host, Brian McJ. As you can see, the conversations are it's like ping pong. They're just fucking going back and forth. It's fucking flowing. Well, I'm really enjoying this. So.
And I'm completely flustered as like when he comes in, he's always like. Trying to get himself prepared, and I am.
Let me ask you this.
Question.
This is something that. Let's see, where's it at? So every time I ask you how you're doing, what would McClay say?
Shitty.
No.
He usually says
no.
Things are shitty.
That's probably like 10% of the time.
Well, that's recent.
90% of the time.
That's recent. Like recently, everything's shitty. He's all fucking sucks.
And then he gets fired.
Yeah.
No, I'm tired.
Oh yeah, tired. Yeah, he's always tired.
Always tired.
Always tired.
Oh, I've never met anyone.
I don't think
more tired
I know.
in my life. Wouldn't you, I hate this saying, but wouldn't you be sick and tired of being
sick and tired? He's the epitome of that phrase. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Are you? Yeah, it's tiring.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to wipe our asses really quick, so we'll be back and we'll just bring a sponsor in right now. Awesome. We are back. Our asses are officially dry.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that for me, bro.
I'm feeling unmoist.
Word. So should we start the training? Did you have any questions, concerns?
No.
Actually, I have a major concern.
Okay.
I just cannot look at his fucking face right now, so we're gonna have to take that shirt off. See if he has anything in the just lift that up right there. Is there anything in there?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got a.
Yeah, put that on for sure, dude. Because
he's got an extra shirt in here.
Yeah, if you don't mind changing into that.
I'll be right back. I'm not gonna throw my fat titties out on the camera.
Well, you can, and then that could be for our OnlyFans
Nobody
page.
wants to see that.
We do have an OnlyFans.
Much.
So, are you gonna be able to gain some weight?
I feel like. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've shared clothes with him before. It feels like he's lost a little bit of weight, huh?
That's a 3X.
Yeah. Feels a little snugger than it used to.
Hang on a second.
Oh, nice. I brought my own.
What the fuck is that?
It's Squirt.
Do you watch the show?
Yeah. That's why I brought Squirt.
Where?
I bought it at the store. What's wrong with this one? It's probably just as grapefruity.
I'm not going to try to make you completely like McClay, so you do your own thing. This is, do you have an extra one? Actually, can you do it like McClay and do it into the mic?
Because I already popped it.
What?
I had to make the sound with my mouth because I already popped it. But you probably heard it. because I'm really trying to land this job. I need it, but I don't like the flavor.
You got the job.
Oh, okay. I
mean,
don't like grapefruit.
You do have the chance of fucking this up,
Yeah, I don't like grapefruit.
but you're on a good path.
So I don't like grapefruit at all.
What?
So this is for the job. Ew. That's terrible grapefruit.
I don't like it either. This shit has Chinese chemicals and it'll kill you. I advise you not to drink this.
I prefer the Chinese food over the Chinese squirt. Did you think McClay ever realized that he was drinking something that the youth now, the term is for semen, or for what ladies do when they reach climax? Do you think he ever realized that?
Yeah, so he wants me to apply squirt hashtags, and when you apply those, guess what pops up?
Squirt?
Not squirt soda. You actually have to put hashtag squirt soda or you're fucked. Okay, this is a major characteristic or trait of McClay.
Okay.
Or something that you have to do like McClay. When you come in, you always have to have some drama about your comic book world, either the comic book podcast or, you know, some kind of comic book drama that you're like fucking stressing about.
I'm not into comics.
Well, you are now.
I don't own any currently.
Okay, I'll get you some. Because you have a lot.
And the other podcast I do is nothing to do with comics.
What is your honest opinion about comics?
They're neat. I mean,
No, seriously, honestly.
I mean, I don't mind them. I like more of like
They're for fucking nerds, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, big time.
Okay, so you know what?
They
Fuck,
are,
you know what? You don't
okay.
have to worry about the comic
They
books. You
are.
know what? The more I think about it, I don't even know if I want you like McClay. This is actually,
Okay.
I like this a lot better. Wow.
I collect.
Fuck those nerds.
I had Playboys, not comics, as a youth. So, this chair has lost quite a bit of its cushioning. So,
Just really quick, have you ever broken a controller?
no, I have never obited my controllers.
They actually sell, you know, like stress balls that you squeeze when you're all fucking stressed.
Mm-hmm.
Ones in the shape of
The
controllers.
controller, yeah. Yeah, I've got lots of good stories about you and your controller rages back in the Halo days.
I've probably broken,
All of your controllers.
no, like
You
8.
You had
But
backup.
the thing is, I broke Duke controllers, which
I
were
know.
hard to get.
I know. You had. Sorry. I'm trying
And if
to
you don't
get
know what the
comfortable here.
Duke controller is, it's the original controller that came out with the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And eventually they discontinued it and replaced it with the S controller, which is a smaller controller that originally came out in Japan, because I don't know if they have smaller hands or some shit. But then America eventually adopted that controller.
I think it was because, like, for me, I guess I have average hands. I don't know, but it was the button placement was odd for me
On what, the Duke?
on
Or
the Duke. It was more comfortable because it was a lot like a Dreamcast controller. You know, surprised you have one that's still alive.
Well, this is
It's like
this isn't
it's an
actually,
endangered species right there.
I do have those ones, but this isn't that. This is actually like a reissue that you can actually plug into an Xbox One.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
The reason why I like the Duke better, not only is it ergonomically better, here, let me show it to the camera really quick. I feel like it's ergonomically better. There's actually a couple of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I like the button placement because they're closer together. On the S, it's more like a square.
Yeah,
And on here, it's like a diamond. So you could literally have your thumb here and hit all the buttons like that.
yeah. I
like
guess
a lot
you're
faster,
right there.
you know?
I guess I just haven't played with one in so
And then
long.
2, see the joystick? This one
Mhm.
has like you put your thumb, it's like imprinted. This
Yeah.
one's like a dome.
That's so.
The S's have both of these.
Yeah.
So I would actually take this out and have 2 domes when I would
2 domes.
play.
Is that your rap name?
It should be, yeah.
two domes. That's great. I have a custom controller, Nacon Revolution Pro, and it's one that it has an app. You can go in there and you can adjust all your settings for it. You can adjust.
Of course, it has an app.
Yeah. You can adjust your controller. Like, well, it's not like on your phone. You do it on like your. I play on laptop, PC, whatever now, and So you go in there and you just go in there and you can adjust the curve to your stick sensitivity, the sensitivity of your triggers. You can swap your buttons. It's got the buttons underneath on the inside of the controllers.
Is there like extra buttons that a normal controller doesn't have?
Has 4 extra buttons underneath. Let me see the controller.
Well, that wouldn't necessarily be legal in like a tournament, I don't think, would it?
Yeah.
Not that you care.
They do them. They're like scuff controllers.
I guess that's pretty much having like a keyboard on a controller because you're having all those buttons.
It's
anyway,
no different
right?
than a keyboard. You're just key binding. So like you have 2 here and 2 here. Some of them it's a pad that goes. Some of them it's a pad that goes here, and you have actual like these almost like extra triggers that you have to press. Mine, they're built into the handle.
But what I'm trying to say is when people use those controllers on, say, an Xbox One, that's a huge advantage to someone who's just using a regular controller, you know?
Well, in a sense, I mean, it depends on how fast. I mean, like you have those people that play claw style.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
You know, with the fingers over.
Walshy used to do that.
Yeah, so it's...
And can you explain why that's beneficial?
Because your thumbs don't have to leave your analog sticks for any move. You're constantly in a place to move, which essentially is kind of what those extra buttons are for. So,
and it's also how it is on a keyboard and mouse. You don't ever really have to take your thumb off to look around.
So, like if I'm engaged with somebody, and not like to get married, but like a firefight engagement. And I'm gonna jump, and I know he's around the corner. The best advantageous move is to jump around that corner, like jump into it, because initially they're going to be aiming directly at your chest or head. Now, if you jump, it's going to hit your lower limbs, which effectively will give you the advantage because
it's not a headshot.
Yeah.
If we could just, we'll get back to the video games here. I have to admit, this is just one of my favorite podcasts already. It's so fun.
Just tell them I got here early too.
Oh, for
sure.
Well,
for me, I knew I was going to be like 5 minutes late, and I let them know I'm going to be a little bit after 1 o'clock.
Let's just before we get into the awesome conversations that we're having, I just want to get the training out of the way.
Okay,
just be like 5 more
yeah.
minutes, just really quick.
Yeah, I hope I ace this.
Well, definitely, if you can, grow your hair out and gain some more weight. I could even provide you funds if you need, food.
Just weight gainer.
Normally your only subject that you rant about is your YouTube holes that you go on. That's it.
Okay.
That's the only subject matter.
YouTube rabbit holes.
Exactly.
I do that.
Dress like the 90s, baggy dickies and mushroom and Sasquatch shirts.
Well, I do have my cargo shorts that he's very fond of wearing. He wears.
Yeah, but they should be going below the knee.
Well, I have a. Well, yeah. I mean, when I stand up, they do. But I don't sag like McClay sags a little bit because his shorts are big. I don't wear chonies, so I have to make sure my shorts are pulled up to the appropriate level unless you want to check out the top of my pubes or my butt crack.
Yeah, like McClay thinks everybody wants to see that shit.
Yeah.
What an asshole. Yeah. This is huge. So occasionally before you talk, look off in the distance for a few seconds like this. And then kind of like grab the mic and say something like pretty serious. Like you think it's profound, but
yeah. Like, bro.
Yes.
See, I can't do it right now on the fly, but I know I'll get it within the show.
Love it. Do that at least 4-5 times a podcast.
Like, bro, did you realize like simping is a way of grooming?
But like in the middle of like while we're talking about something completely different.
Yeah. It's weird seeing that, like looking at that chair.
When the guest is talking, when we eventually do have guests, every other word say yeah or yup.
Yep. I can do that.
All right. I think that's about it.
Yep. Okay.
Can you think of anything else? Okay, yeah, we're good on the training for today.
This squirt's delicious.
Like I said, fuck the squirt. I think it's
actually
not good for you. So
it's not, but I'll stomach this one.
Where does the cannabis come into? Because McClay's a huge stoner.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. I mean, I smoke lots of cigs.
I don't like cigs, bro.
I know. I don't either.
How Why don't you quit?
I mean,
Because you like it?
No, I don't like it. I'm trying to quit. I actually got these.
You've done it before, right? Several times.
Yeah, I've gone through like stents, like 6-7 months, and then I'm like, all right, I think my lungs have had a good enough rest. And I don't know. I'm a fucking idiot. What do you want me to say?
Oh, I same way, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't highly addicted to the blunts, which has lots of nicotine in it, man.
So what I'm trying to do, I don't think it's I'm the habit of it, because I hate the taste of it. I hate the smell of it. I always feel like shit afterwards, but it's just a thing. It's a repetition. It's a habit.
Yeah,
you know?
the physicality.
Yeah,
of it,
yeah. But so
that's how I am with the weed, like loading it, breaking it up.
So, but I also understand there's nicotine involved, and nicotine is highly addictive. But so what I've been doing is I got by. I don't want to say by random, because I definitely signed up for it. Circle K has that card you get, like Circle K, like a rewards card or whatever. So whenever I go in, you swipe the card and you get free candy and shit like that. Well, I went to go get cigs, and they're like, "Hey, you get one of these for free." And they're nicotine pouches. It's not like chew or dip. There's no tobacco. It's just nicotine. And they're like these it looks like little baggies of Coke almost. But
what do you do?
You put it in your lip just like dip, and it's got certain milligrams. Each one is a different milligram of nicotine.
And that's what you're using to get off?
So so I do it at work. So I'll do that at work, and I only do it like once or twice throughout the entire day. And you only leave it in for like 10 minutes, and it helps. So I'm not like taking breaks at work, smoking and all that stuff. So
isn't that the best part about having a job is taking smoke breaks?
Yes, and that's how it's helping me. Like,
and you know what? Smokers always get those extra smoke breaks compared to non-smokers.
Fuck yeah, bro.
It's bullshit.
Yeah,
because I never smoked.
I'm
like, this motherfucking this smoker's getting like 30 minutes extra breaks just sneaking out there and shit. What the fuck?
It's fucking.
So you know what I would do?
Addicts.
I would fucking take half-hour shits to make up for that time.
Oh, I take those too. I probably get like 2 hours of like actual work in a day. There's lots of shit breaks and cigs and.
That's like, is that Office Space?
Yeah.
There's like, I actually only really get.
But it's true. I'm not
totally,
like, I'm like, I actually get.
That movie was made 20 years ago. Yeah. And it's still true to this day.
Yeah, it's not like, because like my lunch break will come up and I get an hour. So I'm like, ding, lunchtime. And like, it's not, I either take it at 11 or I take it at 12. It just depends on how I'm feeling.
Do you bring a lunch or do you go?
No, I usually bring, I have to stop this now because I've been eating healthy. And then I found out I have to get fat.
Do you need lunch money?
I need, no, I don't need lunch
I'll give
money.
you the Bogcast card.
Yeah.
The Bog card.
It's the OBT card.
Yeah.
Instead of the EBT.
The opt card.
The opt card. Czechoslovakian.
Stupid. Fucking, that just brought me back to fucking Cody's room where we used to practice.
Yeah, right.
For some reason.
Queef Czechoslovakian op.
Fuck. What were we talking about? Hang on, I gotta grab this other scope. What the fuck?
How I've been eating tuna fish and veggies. That's what I was getting to.
Oh, sorry.
You good?
What the fuck are the dogs barking at?
Oh.
Heading into Bogcast.
What the fuck?
Who the fuck is that? The fuck are you doing here?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
What are you doing?
Seriously, dude.
Hi.
We're filming us for, dude.
What did I say? What did I say?
What did you say?
I said that when I got here, somebody was going to be sitting in my seat.
Well, you're fired, bro, so get the fuck out.
Fuck out of here. This is trespassing. Seriously. Get the fuck out of here. I'm serious, dude.
You guys are so fucking obvious.
Obvious? What do you mean, obvious?
What are you talking about?
How so?
You know what? While you're here, you can hook up the GoPro.
You don't
Not
get
gonna happen. Oh, hi, Goofball.
What'd you say?
Hi there, goofball. Not gonna happen.
Why?
Because you don't work
Dude,
here
I don't
anymore.
work here anymore, bro.
Well, then get the fuck out. if
coming
you're gonna sit in here, you have to fucking do a job, and that's run the
Hi
GoPro.
there, goobers. Hi.
Welcome to behind the camera.
Did you know I was training him and you're trying to sabotage it, you motherfucker?
That was so fucking obvious.
What?
Bro. It was so obvious. Is this on yet?
How's it obvious?
Is it on yet?
I haven't even talked to you in fucking.
I wasn't
Since the
trying to
last time
hide
I was
anything.
here.
You knew I had a new host. Acting like you're surprised and shit. Like this isn't.
I mean,
I
I was.
wasn't hiding anything.
I love the other fact. I love how he has the other camera on already running.
We have a guest coming on, dude.
Uh-huh.
You're fucking sweating up the chair and shit, dude. What the fuck?
And did you like how I called you? How I came in right after the time I was supposed to get here? I do that on purpose now.
You want to know something?
You're late on purpose.
You want to know something
You're
about?
late because you're always late.
You want to know something about my new co-host Brian McJ? He fucking showed up early, motherfucker. And I've been having a fucking great time. This is one of the best podcasts ever.
Yeah.
And you're fucking ruining it.
Dude, I can hardly wait till
You don't even have a fucking squirt shirt, you idiot.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I can
You're not, are you even really McClay anymore?
I can hardly wait to release that video, man.
What video?
I fucking knew it, dude. I fucking knew it.
Knew what? There was nothing I was trying to hide from you.
I was supposed to just be a guest today. And then I found this out, and now I am.
Don't lie. You put in an application. We got thousands of
right,
applications.
sorry.
I've been doing interviews. I interviewed you like 3 times.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to.
Hi, cutie.
I mean, McClay's a shit employee, but he's still my friend.
Yeah, he's still my
Yeah.
friend too, but you just can't.
But it is hard to look at him.
You just can't resist this place, huh?
I can't resist her. She's a cutie pie. Gotta come see her.
Fucking stalker.
The
dude.
last podcast I was talking about having to get a restraining order. Man, this really went from like the best podcast ever to like
Wow.
the shittiest.
I gotta smoke my
It's sad, really.
We don't no blunts allowed in here anymore, dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't smoke weed, so
Yeah, the new co-host doesn't smoke,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to quit.
don't make me call the cops.
What the fuck? This is bullshit. You know, to be honest with you, McClay, we still are friends. And
Yeah.
eventually I was going to have you on as a guest. And, you know, you would get a Loudmo bag. And I actually already had a Loudmo bag prepared for you. So, here.
Like, don't get me wrong. It's gonna be big.
Why do you keep looking at yourself?
It's gonna be a big shirt to fill, but I'll do it. So
Where'd you get your squirt shirt, bro?
it's fucking. Don't worry about it. It's my squirt shirt. I got it the same place I got my squirt soda at, and it's delicious.
If you set up the GoPro, you might get your job back.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay.
Well, but like not the same position, right?
I'm so glad I didn't put. I'm so glad. I am so glad that wasn't real because I put my hand in there to grab it. I am so glad.
Can
Yeah,
I?
you fucking
Can I?
piece of
Can I
shit.
tell them what I thought when you first gave it to me? Well, what I pictured of how that was made.
Is there a nut in there? There's nuts in there. It's even better, bro. It's even better.
I
Is
just
it Tootsie Rolls? Is it chewed Tootsie Rolls and then like put together?
No, it's babies.
bro, don't be gross. It smells
Ugh.
like shit.
Smells like Tootsie Rolls. What's up, brother?
I just pictured that being made like squatting over the bag.
Hey, do you want to squirt?
Is it cold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one you don't pop the top. You spin the top
You gotta
off.
unscrew the top. It's like one of those weird ones. It's a foreign cup. Ah! It's like those fucking snakes. What'd you get, bud?
What's in there?
Well-
What the fuck? Was that in the case?
These are way too big. Way too big.
I think that soda's turned.
I'm gonna keep this. Can I keep this?
No.
Why not?
Fuck no. No, you don't get anything. As a matter of fact, we got to go through your belongings and see what stays and what goes.
Right?
I didn't
Like, I
even
don't know what's in the chair, but
I just
Fucking farts and sweat.
yeah, I would,
a lot of weed.
I've
A
done-
lot of weed.
Oh, your mixer over here is like, if you ever like are broke and run out of weed, there's fucking like, there's half a joint right here.
Dude, it is fucking the
All right.
devil's ball sack.
You
out
know what
there,
I
bro.
did that you've never done already? What really got me the job?
What?
I fucking did a sound check and fucking did a mix check because your headphones, I don't know how you hear, man. Like it was like glass.
he was
in
making
my
fun of your
ears.
mix, bro.
It was
Well,
bad.
I don't mix. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Mix what? I don't mix shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've already done more
I just
for
show
this
up.
show than you ever have.
I just show up, bro.
I know.
I just show up.
On the production side of this show, I've already done more than you ever
It already
have.
increased 30%.
Yeah. He just did his first video. He just did his first production piece ever.
When he's off the
Walking in
show.
here.
It's fucking hot, dude.
All right, I'll tell you what. I will also turn the fan
Fan
on
on?
high if you set up the GoPro.
What do you mean? Is the GoPro not set up already? It's
No,
already
it's not
running.
on. No, it's not on. I swear to God, we got to get footage of this.
I don't want to fucking get up.
You
now.
don't know how to do the.
Do
You
you?
know how to get it to your phone and all that.
Oh, I don't have my phone. It's not on my phone. It's in Jay's chair.
Good boy.
Brian with an I.
Yeah.
Brian
it's,
McJ.
It's pronounced McJ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me turn this shit off.
Messy son of
Hold on.
That's
Wait.
the place come right. Put that down.
Oh wait, throw me that. That's probably dry. It's probably dry. Throw it.
It will stick to the wall if I throw it.
Let's check.
Ew.
All right, hold on.
Why are there extra phones in here?
I actually do have something nice for you. I'll be right back.
Oh, thank you, dude.
It's a real one.
That is fucking awesome, dude. Thank you. Very cool. Even says from Mexico. Here, let me see. Well, did you hand me the phone? Did you throw me the phone? Is there a phone in there?
I told you have to get up and get it your fucking
Yeah.
self. Ow. Yes.
Boop-boo.
Ooh. I'm glad I didn't wear. Oh shit! I'm glad I didn't put this on over my other shirt. That'd be
What were we talking about before McClay interrupted, Big J?
I don't remember. We were talking about like video games and shit. Oh no, I was saying how I have to give up my healthy eating of tuna and veggies throughout the week.
Gross.
Because you're supposed to give me an OBT card for lunch.
Okay.
So
I'll
No
write
more.
down the pen and give you the card.
no more healthy eats. So, oh well.
Word. Well, this is really uncomfortable now since McClay's here.
It's kind of annoying, really.
Yeah. I don't know what to talk about at this
It's like
point.
when your ex shows up at like a fun party and like
Yeah.
ruins it.
Yeah.
Because she's acting like nothing happened and like it's making you more uncomfortable.
It's actually kind of creepy.
It is. It's
Like, how did you even get in?
I have a key, bro.
Creepy.
I think this.
I never
gave
what's
him a
going
key.
on with this?
I don't know. I hate it. I want to fucking. Actually, I'm gonna start this other camera too.
I hate GoPros, dude. GoPros are the worst fucking thing ever invented. I gotta take the fucking battery out of it now.
If
I want to throw this thing.
you can't hook it up to the phone, just
Hit record. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, fuck yeah.
he's a fucking shitty apprentice too.
See how nice of a guy I am that I gave him an ice cold Mexican squirt.
It's a good going away gift.
That sounds like something you could Google on, or not Google, but type into the
Pornhub, Mexican
Pornhub.
squirt.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same while he was doing that. I'm like,
With sugar.
instantly, I'm like, why do they have to why do we have to appropriate the kind of squirt it is? Why can't it just be squirt? Why does it got to be Mexican squirt or Chinese squirt?
That is interesting. It's a Mexican squirt, but I wonder if it still has the Chinese chemicals. I actually want to compare those ingredients to the ingredients on this can.
Yeah. I wonder, have you had one of those before?
Because I'm not joking.
Have you
about
ever
that.
put Mexican squirt in your mouth before? Have you ever had a Mexican squirt in your mouth? Or just the Chinese?
I think that's gonna be in my face. Do you care?
What?
The squirt? It might be all over your face.
I'll move it. Is that you have it on your phone?
Yeah, it's on my phone.
I don't know where this squirt was made. I picked it up at like a shitty. I told Keith I picked this up at a shitty like Swap Mart in Whitman.
Yeah.
You got it where?
I got this one at the shitty Swap Mart in Whitman. I was telling you, and I said because you said it looked weird, and I said it's because the lettering's black and not red.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you thought it was weird.
What does it taste like?
Coffee.
That's weird.
I know. So
Maybe that's why you're getting all hyper and shit.
could be. Well, no, because I mean it was made in Whitman. That's where meth is.
Oh, really?
I'm a big girl when it comes to opening these with a lighter.
I don't
Can you
have
do
a
it?
lighter.
I got a lighter.
Fuck no. He's got me opening his drinks.
Wow.
Keith, what the fuck, dude?
I can't do anything until the restraining order kicks in.
Fuck, you got a lot of fucking nerve, pal.
I don't got a lighter either. Where'd my lighter go?
Oh, me. Okay. Well, when was the last time you guys saw each other?
Here.
Yeah,
The last podcast?
I only see you guys here.
Was it the last podcast?
Yeah. You just had a lighter.
Will that one work?
Maybe.
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
That's good. That's gonna be loud.
That was awesome.
Scared Fabius.
I don't know where the cap went.
Where did it go?
I didn't even hear it land.
I wanted to keep that and make a magnet out of it.
I'm sure it's
I got 5 more.
really. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's somewhere.
Damn. You guys play sports or what? Jesus.
I threw it directly into the palm of his fucking hand.
Oh, wow.
I swatted at it.
Yeah, see?
I just went to go grab the lighter, and I clawed at it, and I grabbed a huge ball of like Fabia's hair everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not even. I don't even think it's her hair. I think it's
Oh, no.
hair.
She actually, she has more than him right now.
Really?
Yeah. Big clumps. When I brush them, she has way more hair than him. And she's a third the size. So what's the difference, like, when your first taste were there compared to this? Is it just way better?
You want to hear something
because
crazy?
of the real sugar?
You guys want to hear something crazy?
Yep.
This is my first squirt in probably 3 months.
Wait a minute.
No, wait. I think I've had a couple here. I haven't bought a squirt in 3 months.
Why?
Because you have them for free here?
Are we sponsored?
Mm-hmm.
We are?
Yeah, you just don't know it.
Oh.
You've been
you
sponsoring
need-
McClay's.
You need to sign
habits.
that shit over to me.
Yeah.
Because I'll take over that now. Because, damn.
Yeah. I'm gonna start calling you fired.
But why
McClay.
haven't you bought any squirts?
I've been trying to drink more water, and I fell in love with cherry Dr. Pepper.
Oh, you fucked up, dude. That cherry Dr. Pepper will ruin your life more than. I had to give up cherry Dr. Pepper.
It's the greatest drink
It's
ever.
pretty
Cherry.
awesome.
Cherry Dr. Pepper was my squirt.
Yeah.
Like I
was addicted to that.
Yeah, I couldn't. Whenever I have to pass it, especially like when it's just freezing cold.
Yeah.
Over some ice, like.
And it's really carbonated. Sometimes you get them and they're
it's
flat.
so good, and because I'm not a huge Dr. Pepper fan, You used to always have Dr. Pepper in your house.
Well, I wasn't for the longest time, and then out of nowhere, I'm like, I'm gonna try Dr. Pepper. This was
Yeah.
like when I was, in my 20s.
Yeah, and then because your house that you're in now, you had a fridge full of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
So Dr. Pepper has 23 flavors, right?
I don't know.
That's what the 23 is for.
Yeah,
Where's there a 23?
It's,
it's on the can.
Oh, okay.
Cherry is one of those flavors, right?
Yes.
But they
They
So I'm
enhance
asking.
they enhance it.
That's what I mean. So is cherry Dr. Pepper just the enhanced cherry?
Should be like
extra
or
cherry.
is it the 25th, fourth flavor?
maybe. Well, no, I think it's one of the 23 flavors enhanced.
Okay.
I don't
Extra
think
cherry.
I don't think by adding more cherry becomes another flavor.
No. I meant like because it was cherry in it before.
Oh, I don't know. Well, because it's prunes. Initially, it's prune juice. It's basically carbonated prune juice.
You know
It's
what
the
I'm
original.
falling in love with right now?
Me?
Root beer.
Oh. Do you know what? You know what will make
I don't have it. I don't have a ton of it. Well, actually, yeah, I do. Who am I kidding? But
you just
So you're off the
like,
squirt. This is all the wrong shit for.
Can we just stop saying like flavors? You fall in love with soda.
Yeah, you love soda.
I love soda.
Carbonation, flavored carbonation is what you love.
You're right. And I tried the water that's carbonated.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it tastes like beer.
Yeah.
So what's your water to soda ratio?
It tastes like those fucking those seltzer.
Yeah, those
fucking
seltzer
beers.
waters. That's what it tastes
Carbonated
like.
water is
beers.
disgusting. Yeah.
My
Those things
brother
are
drinks
fucking-
those like crazy, dude.
Can I? Okay, you know what? I'm glad you brought your brother up. He fucking drunk texts like a fucking broad.
Oh yeah, big time.
You?
He's always been a fucking
He's a
weirdo.
fucking angry man.
He's just a weirdo. He's always has been. Love him to death, but he's just an odd duck. He always has been. So he posts this thing, and every time he grows a beard, he always posts, shave it or no. It's like,
Yeah.
stop fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Either you have a beard or you don't, and then stop taking fucking polls.
Wow,
on
you're getting
Facebook
really
about it.
offended because as a beard man, you get offended by these posts.
It's
right?
not necessary. It's like either do it or don't. And then when I told him,
What did you say? Do it?
I don't remember what I said because he deleted my comment. I just told him, I said, I don't remember what I said. I think I said, like, keep it for you or don't shave, whatever. And then he deletes my comment, but then private messages me on Facebook asking me about beard products. And I'm like, dude, don't shave it. He's like, yeah, but I got laid more without one. And I'm like, you're not getting laid. So I was like, who cares? I'm like, when you grow it, you'll find women that fucking will choose a beard over shave face.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm having a really hard time about this right now. And You're the wrong person to ask. I'm realizing that now. I don't know a good place in Phoenix to go get tightened up on my beard really well.
I don't know. So I sent your brother. That's part of this conversation. So we'll get to that. So he's asking me about beard products. So after
Back to the rip session.
So after
You're going to tell him everything that I've told him already.
Well, but so after he private messages me, before I can respond, he texts me. It's like, dude,
It's probably because he felt bad about deleting the comment. Obviously,
Yeah.
he didn't even say anything about the comment.
That's
and I
why.
didn't
That's
either.
like
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. He was like, "Shit, I shouldn't have done that." And then he's like,
Yeah.
"You
I think he didn't want people to see my response. He wanted, he wanted people to.
He wanted chicks
He
to
wanted.
say
He
something.
want. He want. I think in my.
He's throwing out the lure.
Yeah, my hubris makes me think that it's like they'll see the picture of me with my beard and they'll be like, "Dude, this kid's a joke." You know what I mean? With him arguing about his beard or if he wants to shave it. 'Cause in my picture,
I see what you're
you
saying.
see
He deleted because
my picture
your
has-
beard's so fucking awesome
dude.
that he's afraid that all the chicks will
Yeah.
go to your profile.
It's fucking
and stuff.
follicle envy. But I mean, that's probably not the case. But that's how I like to think of it.
Do you think that guys who are bald and have a huge beard just grow the beard out because they need to take like their eyes off their big bald head?
Could be.
There's a lot of bald dudes who don't have beards though.
What I realized though is like if you have a nicely shapen bald head, guys don't. It's
Yeah, some dudes get away
so
with
they don't
that.
do it.
Yeah.
But I've noticed like if you have like if I went bald, I would have to keep the beard because I feel like I just have a little like
Baby face.
I have like a microcephaly head. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like, I
you
got
also have
tiny
a
dome.
baby face, dude, and my brother has a baby face too.
Yeah, a pale, very extremely.
So does he have
pale
a beard or
baby
no
face.
beard right now?
I think he has a beard.
Yeah. So, anyways,
You think?
he's asking me.
Yeah.
he's asking me.
I mean, unless he's
I thought you live. Don't you live with him?
Unless he's cut it off, in the past
Yeah.
day or so.
But I want to read the text.
Just really quick though, Brian McJay. This is supposed to be, if he's here, we're supposed to be ripping on this McClay. So I don't mind ripping on the little McClay, but we gotta focus on this guy.
It's ripping by proxy. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a McClay.
You're right. I'm sorry.
What's that buzz? You guys hear a buzz?
Yeah, I had to use the charger.
Okay.
I just moved I think it was my phone. I just moved my phone from here.
Okay.
It's not happening now. So he was asking me all these questions, and he asked so then he texts me. He's like, what should I get for my beard? Oil, etc. I'm all, Beard Brand is good. He's all, is that a real brand? Can I get it in AZ? I'm being serious. I'm like, you think I'm just going to throw out, Beard Brand? I'm fucking with you. So I sent him the website. He's all, thanks. He's all, come scoop me up. Let's go out and pick up some broads. Like, you asked me what kind of beard oil to get. Now you want to go fucking bird dog some chicks? And I'm all, they have kits you can buy. I said, my broad scooping days are over. And he's all, then he's asking me, he's like, I need a trim with my hair and my beard. I'm at Brian's pad. Where should I go for a trim? And he sends me fucking a young picture of Wayne.
Let me see that.
That's him currently. But all I see...
That's his beard?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Let me see that. That's crazy.
All I see is your dad.
I don't think I've seen him in a long time.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. All I see is your dad with a beard.
You should see my dad now, man.
I haven't seen either of your parents. And so I need to come over.
My parents
He
live
looks
right
like
down
Randy
the street
Quaid's
now.
brother.
Yeah. Huh?
Randy Quaid's brother? Or Dennis Quaid? Or no, he looks like Randy Quaid.
Quaid.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No,
Randy Quaid, yeah.
Fucking, it's your dad.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm like, he's like, I look like shit. I'm like, well, you do. So I told him, so there is a place by you. I go to a place called Mug at Westgate, men's ultimate grooming, but I have a broad that does mine. She's been doing it for a few years now. And it took me a long time because I always trim my own beard because I don't want anybody. I had somebody trim it and she fucked my mustache up. I didn't even want my mustache trimmed, and I'm just leaning back and I hear and I'm like, what the fuck did you just do? And my mustache hasn't grown back the same since.
Damn.
But
so you going in a salon to do this for your beard?
Yeah, but it's just men.
And
so
how long does that take to do everything, to trim? And...
I'm only there because it's slight. My hair takes longer than anything, but I'm there for like half hour.
Oh, that's not bad.
If that, whatever. But
they did, and they straight razor this shit, and straight razor this shit. Will they do that?
Yeah, they will.
Cool.
They'll line you up. I love
that shit.
I love
that shit, man.
I don't let her go up here. I line that myself at home because I don't go into the beard. I just do the stray whiskers.
Yeah.
But my neck, my neck hasn't seen a razor in over 10 years.
I don't want to fucking grow my shit that long.
So
it's
time consuming.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a whole project.
I hate having long hair and how long it takes to wash my hair and do all that shit. I couldn't imagine.
Are you gonna cut it
having to do
anytime soon?
I do actually. I need Jordan to cut it. Take
no, I mean like
part
all off.
No, well, when
Have
I
you
do
ever
that,
thought about it?
Oh yeah. When I do it, I'm gonna do something crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I'll like.
Are you gonna do one of those hillbilly fucking haircuts that everybody has now?
What?
Those the mullet kind of thing that everybody's doing now.
No.
You should.
Fuck no.
That is actually trendy right now with the
Yeah,
kids.
it's super trendy.
No, fuck no.
You should put in a fucking huge mohawk.
Dan Bilzerian just did
and like
it.
you have to duck under
Yeah.
and shit.
Dan Bilzerian just
And
did it.
dye it red to where it turns pink eventually.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, that was the best hair you ever had. That was the very best hair.
Fucking gray hoodie days.
Yeah, dude, you were
I
so
got a story
disappointed.
for
You
you.
had pink.
Dude, you were fucking Machine Gun Kelly before Machine Gun Kelly.
I gotta tell you guys something, and I won't say who it is, but it's somebody we both know.
Say who it is.
Both.
If I
You mean
figure
all
it out,
three of
I'll
us?
say it.
Yeah, all three of us know. And
Will I be able to figure it out by this story?
Yeah.
I'll dox him when you're done.
And my brother goes. We were talking about Sammy the Bull. Sammy the Bull's got a.
I was just talking about him yesterday.
Yeah, he's got a podcast, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And he lives here still. He's in Foothills somewhere, right? And we're talking about him, and I knew somebody that worked, that didn't work for him, but was buying his stuff from his son.
Yeah,
right?
I just had the same conversation.
Right. And my brother told me the other day, hey, so and so said he worked for and sold pills for Sammy the Bull, and I go, so and so is full of shit. There's no way.
Oh,
We were
I know who
hanging.
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. He's always full of shit. My brother's like, really? I'm like, yeah. We were with him all the time during that time.
He wasn't even into that.
He wasn't even into that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. My brother's like,
I was just
100%
talking
believe
about it in regards to, we were talking about ecstasy, and I was talking about how, wasn't it crazy that all of that was coming from Sammy the Bull? You know, and he was out here on a witness protection program from all the crazy shit back east.
Yeah, and it was his kid.
Because ecstasy was flowing out here like candy.
Dude, it was bonkers, dude.
Oh, man.
It was crazy.
Like, I'm glad I never, like, really got into it as much as some of our friends were, but, like, some of our homies became etards, dude.
Can I be honest?
Etards.
I got a good etard story, actually.
That
Involving
shit,
our
you
friends.
or
No, involving our friends.
that shit got too
gay?
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yes, too gay.
Gay.
I went to a rave and I was like, this is just too gay for me. And
That's the one we went to, me, you,
I
Sarcina.
said I need, and I said I need to get some pills.
Yeah.
I go, I need to get some fucking painkillers now.
Yeah,
I literally
it was
started-
Ice House. We went to the Ice House, and it was me, you, Jur, was it Matt Sarcida? Mm-hmm. Was it the four of us, or was there more?
There was
You guys are a pretty gay group right there already.
we were just looking for drugs.
Yeah, well, but we had taken ecstasy. At least I had.
Yeah.
And I was trying to drink Guinness, and Guinness and ecstasy does not. It's like just wasn't a good mix. I didn't get sick, but it just wasn't as tasty as it normally is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to the Ice House, and fuck.
So I thought that same thing, and we probably all know this group of people that lived together at one point. And one of our homies went over there while they were taking E, like during like a random Tuesday, and walked by a room while two of these dudes were like massaging each other's feet and shit.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Bro, I was
Was
there.
that you?
Yes.
Okay, then maybe it was you.
Yeah.
No.
It was after that
So
show
when I heard
where
that,
we went to go get the pills.
Yeah.
They were there, and we see one of them.
and these are two like very big, masculine, bro-y dudes
Yes.
So
that get mad pussy.
Yes.
okay, so similar story. It's like almost the same. So we had this manager for the old band, for my old band. We had a manager. Her name was Barb. She was pretty hot. In the middle of the day, we had to go to her house to pick up, I think, tickets or money or something like that from her. It's in the middle of the day. And it was off like Cave Creek and like the 101. It's me and Oompa and maybe Matt, or I don't know who, maybe Adam, I don't know. But I know me and Oompa definitely. And we walk into her house, and like as we were walking up to the door, we were I'm like, I think somebody's about to drive by, like with the system or whatever, and get closer to the door. And it's like, you know, I'm like, the fuck is going on? And we get to the door, and like music. I'm like, the fuck? The door opens up, and it's a fucking nightclub in there. It's like fog machines, black lights, fucking light laser show, and loud music. I'm like, what the fuck is dude? It's like noon.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, me and Oprah are like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, oh, it's fine. It's like she's having a, like, it was, I'm guessing it must have carried over from the night before, total fucking E party or whatever. I'm like 17, 18, 19, I don't know, somewhere around there.
Is there gay shit going on?
Bro, so I look, and there's a couch, and there's a young man with no shirt on, and then a larger man.
There's always a larger dude.
You know who it was?
Put him on blast. Fuck it.
Fucking Colin and Reichman.
That's the same fucking person for me.
Yeah.
The same fucking person for me,
I
bro.
wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew
it
that
was,
wasn't.
but this was before I really, before I was really really knew him. You know what I mean? And because when I saw them later, because like I said, I was like 17, 18, somewhere around there. So they were like 16 or whatever. And I later on, so I was like, what the fuck? And I knew, I was like, I know
were they
those
doing?
guys. What were they doing? Like they were massaging each other.
All massaging each other.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't remember if it was Colin massaging Reichman or Reichman massaging Colin, but I was like, and I knew them like kind of from like, I don't remember where. Maybe I was older. I don't know, but I knew them from somewhere. And I knew Colin because I went to school with his brother Chris. But so we left, and a couple of years down the road, like, I don't know, maybe at the party house or whatever, when I really started becoming friends with them, one day it clicked. I'm like out of nowhere, we're like hanging out,
dudes
and I
might
was
suck my dick.
I'm all of a sudden, like that memory kicked in. I'm like, it was fucking you two, like in my head, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, you guys were.
Well, for us, it was like, these were like the big jocks at the school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the star athletes, the dudes that got out, like the cheerleaders and shit,
It's because that shit was everywhere.
And then all of a sudden you find out like they're massaging each other's feet. You're like, what?
Yeah. It was
Like,
crazy, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I like ecstasy, but I don't want McClay touching me.
Yeah, get the fuck out of
Get
here.
the
Right.
fuck away from
I
me.
did when we were at the ice house and we took that. Oh, it was Jimmy Bauer was with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we went there, cause he was just having a blast. Like he was a kid. And he was all smiles, just jumping all over the place around, like the entire place. Like, this is fucking amazing. And I'm like, this is cool. Music's good. And somebody came up randomly. First trying to put the fucking Vicks in my face, like in the mask. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I don't want to breathe that shit in. And then somebody came up and like, I think I was just sitting there like taking a minute, smoking a cig, and somebody came up and started squeezing my shoulders, and I'm like, fucking drew back. I was like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, some random person. I'm like, don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
And even when, like, the first time I ever did ecstasy was with Brianna. And, I wasn't like, they were all, it was me and her and like her friends and in her apartment, and they're doing I'm like, I just didn't like being touched. I'm like, don't, even by a female. I'm like, just.
Well,
like,
the thing that sucks about ecstasy is the inconsistency of the drugs
what it's
in
cut
it.
with. Yeah.
I like how it
Yeah.
evolved to just pure MDMA, where you could just take that, and you know exactly
straight,
what you're
straight Molly.
straight Molly, pretty much.
Yeah, because
it-
90% of the shit that what it was cut with was uppers.
yeah, meth. There would be heroin in it sometimes too.
Well,
though,
that was the
you
good
know?
ecstasy.
Yeah,
that was the.
So yeah,
that
God
was
knows
the-
what they
that
put
was
that
the
shit.
good ecstasy.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the upper ones, I'd always next day I'd have the worst fucking migraine.
Now that I think about it, it was kind of like doing an 8-ball, or what's it called when you do heroin?
Speedball?
Speedball, because there was probably heroin in it and meth, and because you get that fucking heroin high.
A speedball
and
is
then-
actually
or in
it's
Coke.
Coke, yeah.
Yeah.
Heroin and Coke, but same thing.
But
well, kind of.
Well, I think they still call it that with meth, because that's very popular now, is mixing
Yeah.
meth and heroin.
It's crazy.
I don't know if there's a new term for
That's
it.
what
though.
that's what killed my pops.
Oh.
Fucking speedball.
Damn.
Yeah, that.
I mean, his choice. He wasn't like murdered with it.
I know. I'm saying that because I've done that like 2 or 3 times myself, and
Yeah.
I'm just not into uppers, so
Yeah.
I'm glad I just never like got really into doing that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, literally telling your heart to speed up and slow down at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's fucking.
It's-
and then it's just like, ugh.
It's like a more functional way to be high.
Exactly.
gross.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross to me, man.
I mean, it's like doing Coke when you're, people that drink a shit ton and they do Coke. They're still drunk as shit, but they're able to function longer on the Coke. But
And drink
they're-
more.
And just drink a shit ton more.
We all know people like that.
Coke never got me fucking high or nothing. Nothing.
Yeah,
It
not
would-
me. I never really got into
I don't
it.
understand why people got into Coke.
I mean, you guys see
never
me
did
trip
it.
out on it.
I think I think it's just drugs. I mean, if you like doing drugs, you just do drugs.
I just don't like uppers.
You know what I mean?
I
I
can't
love
stand
doing drugs.
uppers, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Drugs are great. I just don't like uppers.
Yeah. See, I don't. It all depends. You know what I mean? Like even though they're the same. Well, for like when people talk about like painkillers, they're like, I can't. It just makes me sleepy. I'm like, dude. I'm like me and my boy back in the day. We would just we had like a game plan. It was fresh cigs, fresh slushy, and a fresh fucking handful of pills. And we'd fucking we'd do shit. Like, I'm like, most people, they talk about it and they're like, I just pass out. I'm like, dude, I get high before I even take the fucking things. I'm like, I start getting the poo cramps, like, all that shit. And then I take them. I'm like, all right, where are we going? What are we doing?
Zia.
You do the McClay thing.
Super Walmart.
Yeah, super Walmart, fucking scouting for new like hidden gems of movies, like in the movie bin, or fucking just doing crazy shit. And then when you wanted to be high off, opiates, but not do anything. You fucking chase them with some somas. That was fucking amazing. That was the best.
I almost died on those fucking things.
That wasn't the night.
I never
when you
liked
ordered
somas
the
either.
bucket of boob juice, was it?
At Denny's, yeah.
It's fucking...
I look back and think about all the times where I pretty much overdosed and survived. It's just scary, you know. Like, what's some of the wilder drugs and experiences that you've had? Have you had any close calls like that?
I haven't really told anybody this, but I overdosed. This was years ago. I overdosed on fentanyl.
Damn, dude.
I was smoking it, and
God damn, that's so scary, dude.
I remember taking the hit, and then I came to in the bathroom, vomit everywhere, everything pulled off of the walls. Like, I must have panicked. I don't remember the in between, but I must have panicked. And
that just brings a tear to my eye, dude, because that makes me think about like what Jamie had gone through, because he had smoked fentanyl, but he had some type of benzo in his system.
Yeah.
But he was having lunch with his dad and his brother at a pizza joint, and he's like, oh, I don't feel good. And then he went into the bathroom and just never came out. And they're like, well, where the fuck is he? And his brother went after him, and same thing, puke everywhere. Things were like off of the wall, and he was just face down, you know.
Yeah. And like, I don't know.
I just fucking, oh man. I you saying that, I just picture
I don't
him.
know
He's probably
how,
like panicking.
I don't know how my roommate wasn't woken up, or I don't know the in between. I don't know it, and I've never told anybody. I think I told my ex that. I think she was the only person I ever told.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
One of close call that I had. I don't know if I ever shared this with you McClay, or I know I haven't shared this with you Jay, but when I was living with my dad, I was shooting heroin, and I was on a shit ton of Xanax, and I was on the edge of my bed, and I was shot a bunch of heroin, and then I fucking just woke up like 3 hours later. But luckily I fell forward, and there was just puke everywhere, and the needle was still in my arm, and I was like, fuck, if I would have fell back the other way, I would have been a goner. It sucks.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you know, I mean, everybody knows it. Like, I was lucky enough for it not to take over my life to where I was selling shit, and you know, I functioned. I had the means to support my habit as what it was, and a lot of people didn't know, except people I did it with.
Did you ever do heroin?
I smoked opium. I never shot heroin. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the times I did opium, if it was like heroin. You know, who knows?
I think so before
it could have all been heroin.
Yeah, before I got into heroin, when I was actually hanging out with Jamie, he would say, hey man, I got some opium, let's smoke it. And it was smoking heroin. I just didn't know it at the time, because you're getting the tinfoil and you're tasting the black shit. It's the same shit.
It's all bad shit.
It's just, I think he just reworded it to make it seem more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was told,
because opium sounds more like, oh, like this is like I'm in China in the 1800s.
But the thing is when I smoked it, like the next day, when I just felt good. I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel bad.
Well, it could have been real opium, because I remember at a point when we were in high school, at a point there was like people selling like this stuff that was like red shards of like they almost looked like shards of glass,
or like hash almost.
Like and it had it was
like, because real good heroin is actually white, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not white, but it's not black, like black tar.
Yeah. But so I didn't feel. The next day, I wasn't craving it. I didn't feel shitty. Like, it was just I got super good. Like, so it was a super good high. I didn't get sick. I didn't pass out. I just felt that, you know, that opium high, that opiate high, where it's just, you know, that warm spot, that warm comfy spot in your bed, you know. And when I came down, I wasn't trying to get more. The next day, I wasn't even thinking about it. I felt
but I tell you what, if you fucking put a needle in your arm,
it'd be totally
completely different story.
Yeah. Oh, that's why.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, and that was always my justification, because my dad was a heroin addict. It killed him. My whole life. But when I did drugs, I'm like, my justification for making it okay was that at least I'm not putting a needle in my arm like my dad. But I could do as much drugs as I wanted to. But as long as I'm not doing that, it's okay. You know what I mean? That's fucking weird.
That's
but
a drug addict mentality and behavior.
That's a justification for continuing to do your drugs.
When you're doing drugs, you're constantly making justifications.
Well, yeah, excuses. Yeah, you're always like, at least I don't have any major shit I got to do today.
Yeah.
All right, let's get really high.
The
even when you're
justification.
selling your shit, you're still making justifications
Oh,
somehow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, the justification of putting a needle in your arm is also not being sick, because most of the time you're just sick at that point, and you're just willing to do anything.
And sometimes you have to like go do something, and you're like,
Yes.
I can't go do this sick, like a family event
Oh,
or
yeah.
fucking some bullshit
Well,
or
and you
work
and with opiates, the withdrawals happen so fast.
Yeah.
So fast. Because, of course you get withdrawals from either way, snorting, smoking, fucking boofing it, whatever, any of that, you're going to get withdrawals. Needle, it's going to be a lot faster and a lot more aggressive. But, of course, that's a justification too.
I remember the fucking stories of fucking heroes. People would call them heroes, of these guys that were chipping, that were these people that could, have done it for years and this and shit. And that one dude came out with a book saying that he likes to do that. What's his name? Talks about
that professor.
Yeah, that professor.
If you treat it, respectfully and
don't get addicted to it. Just do it.
He actually does it with his wife. And
it won't. It's not bad for you. That's why, it's such a good thing to look into the administration of heroin to addicts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them be okay, rather than having to do the shit you got to do to do it.
Because methadone's fucking way worse.
Wow, dude, here's something. I got something for you guys. I fucking OD'd at a fucking party that everybody was at, in front of everybody.
I don't think I was there for that.
Yeah, in front of everybody, man. I fucking...
Was that at Greenfields?
Yeah.
I heard about it.
Oh, on the chair?
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Were you just on the oxys then, or sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but what's
Tons
crazy?
of them.
What's crazy is we've all done drugs. We've all done lots of drugs, and we've done lots of drugs together. But we also, on our own, had our own amount of drugs we did by ourselves. You know what I mean? We would do. I've done drugs with every person in this room. I've done lots of drugs with everybody in this room. Mostly McClay. Back in the day, we did a lot of fucking working at Streets of New York. We did a lot of fucking drugs.
That was the best. That was the time of my life.
It was great. And we were
that was the time of my life.
It was, and but outside of that,
it ended quickly. It ended fast.
Yeah, very quickly. But
with a fucking slam.
Outside of that, even though you're doing drugs with your friends, you don't want your friends to know that you're worse off than they are.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I meant by
you
have people you hang out with and do drugs, but then you do.
That's why when I was way worse off, I disconnected myself from all of my friends and just hung out with the people that I would score drugs with for 5 years.
Because those drugs are more important than your friends. They're more important than your family. They're more important.
Honestly, it wasn't even that. It was I was so embarrassed and ashamed of myself. I didn't want to show myself to you or the band guys or.
It's embarrassing, and the thing is too, that when that happens, when you OD in front of people, they don't even know.
What was the reaction?
Nobody knew.
Yeah.
Well, some people knew because somebody told my brother to make sure to check on me every hour. It might have been Spencer.
Yeah.
Somebody told my brother, make sure that he doesn't go to if he goes to sleep, you go check on him every hour.
So you were in a recliner, right? And did you throw up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny how everybody tells that story, not knowing what actually.
Well, people are probably just oh, he's fucked up.
Well, I think that's where the whole chugging vodka thing came from. Was that night of you throwing that? I'm pretty sure that's where the whole story of you chugging
what do you
vodka.
Mean?
There was that story that.
Well, I know that story, but
that was at a different party.
Was that the different party?
Yeah.
Well, because
that was at. Remember,
he's
Clay
almost
Kynes.
died at a few parties.
Oh yeah. Well, I know, but I for some reason thought that night somebody had said that you had just chugged a ton of vodka.
That's probably how they justified it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
it's probably how they justified it.
That's what I'm saying. They were oh, he's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, because when McClay would drink, it was him chugging vodka.
Everyone knew, that was his thing.
Yeah, because he didn't really drink beer all that much. But it's fuck it.
Because I was always a guy that I always justified using drugs because I just didn't want to feel not high.
Yeah.
there was a period of my life where like I was high every day for like a 15-year period.
When you say on high, are you talking about narcotics or are you including cannabis in this? Just whatever.
Yeah, cannabis, whatever.
If it's cannabis, fuck, I've been high since I've like been 14 probably every single day.
Yeah, but I'm also throwing in like every drug you can think of.
Yeah,
Coke,
on top of that.
meth, heroin, every type of pill you can think of, every type of psychedelic you can think of other than DMT. And lots of it. I mean, we would do stupid shit. I remember me and Jimmy would go and fucking fill garbage bags full of the stuff out of the air conditioner. Jimmy figured out how to Jimmy the air conditioner.
The Freon, yeah.
Yeah, and we would fucking fill garbage bags of that shit and just fucking
get high on Freon.
Get high. And it was every and if when you found the drugs, you did as much of them as I could because I thought I was invincible.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, the shit I've done.
I remember you throwing up and picking the pills up out of the vomit and eating them again.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, fucking hard. That's one of the most hardcore things I've ever heard.
Dude, I was taking 80 10 milligram Vicodin a day for 4 years in high school.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a bit. I gotta write that down. I'm using that part of your life in something.
Dude, when I first went to rehab and the doctors, my mom, thank God for Scott Aragon, who was my parents' best friend. He passed away at 50 years old, pancreatic cancer. Fucking just a saint, though. My parents, when I first told my parents I was hooked on fucking drugs, my parents didn't know what to do. They're like, what the fuck do we do? And he came and he pulled me aside and, we went in a car ride and he's like, dude, you gotta go to the hospital and at least get checked out. He's like, you cannot have been taking, because I was swallowing 20 at a time, 20 at a time, 4 times a day.
That's what would make you throw up. You'd gag. That's at that, when you pick those up out of your vomit, you gagged on the amount that you took.
Yeah. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that when the doctor told you, because I'll never forget this, that the pills are eating a hole in your stomach and it's actually safer to do heroin?
Yes.
And that's kind of why you started to do heroin?
Yep. The doctor told me straight up, he's like, you're taking too much Tylenol. You're taking too much Tylenol. Yeah. He goes, you would be safer just straight up, using heroin.
I remember when you'd come over to, when me and George had that apartment and you'd come over after getting getting your bottle. And we'd sit, because our dining room table was just like the white plastic one you'd have on a back.
Every drug house I've ever been in has had one of those tables.
And like people would come over and you'd sign it and all this stuff. But I just remember you'd come over and like you'd fucking you'd set that thing down on that table, and we would just go, just literally put your hand in and fucking just eat a handful of them.
Yeah. There was nothing better than getting high off pills and going to bed knowing you have a bunch of pills to wake up to next day.
That was the morning. So, because I mean, it was basically, he'd get that bottle and it pretty much went to just a small circle of people. And they were so cheap. They were like $1 a piece back then. And these were
I think you were something.
Because sometimes,
and you would sell them for $2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we were getting the Vicuprofens.
Yeah.
The little white ones with the blue speckles in them. Those things were fucking amazing, but
they looked like certs. They looked like certs mints.
I remember those.
Yeah. So he'd come over, and then we'd get all fucked up, and then
there's that certain taste they have when you take those.
It's part of it. It's the ritual.
Yeah. That's the best thing about drugs is the ritual.
So we'd have just a pot. Everybody had, like when we worked at Streets New York, we all had just pockets full of Vicodin. And we'd work, and then we'd go and take the 32-ounce cup at Streets of New York, put a pint glass in it, and fill it with Newcastle. Put the cap on it, and just eating Vicodin and drinking
and stealing
beer.
From the register. Everyone was robbing the place.
Well, allegedly.
Bro.
But all the people, a bunch of people got caught for it. And then
I didn't know that.
A bunch of people got caught, and then I got offered my own store.
Yeah.
Fucking the lady that ran it, Allison, offered me my own store. I'm like, fuck no. She's like, why not? I'm like, it's not that I don't want to work here. It's that I don't want to work for you.
Yeah.
And she's
You mean like giving you your own streets in New York?
Yeah. I was the 51st Avenue in T-Bird. She wanted to give me my own, or 59th Avenue by Thunderbird. She wanted me to run that store. And I'm like, I just don't want to work for you. You know, I just didn't like her.
That was just you know what, man? That was a great fucking first job. That's what that was.
It was amazing. Made so much money there.
Yeah.
Was that before or after Stealth?
It was after Stealth, but you know what I mean? Like
Real
it's
job.
like it's like an early job.
McClay didn't work
Stealth
at
was a real job.
I didn't work at
McClay
any of the shit.
McClay didn't work at Stealth.
Just
He
ate
barely
jelly
even
beans?
worked at Streets New York. I was a supervisor, and he'd fucking leave all boxes done. McClay's like, oh yeah, go back there, not a fucking single box.
I didn't
done.
do shit. That's why I got fired.
Let's talk about him getting fired. Let's talk about this.
Yeah. He gets
How
So,
many jobs have you been fired from?
all of them. Every job he's had.
Why?
Because he doesn't work. He doesn't do his job. He's an unfit employee.
Thank you,
Yeah.
McJay.
And I will say,
this podcast actually is getting better.
Yeah, I will say that because he fucking sucked as an employee. He did. It was great having him as a friend there.
I know, but wasn't it hard as a supervisor?
It was terrible because
Did you ever have to write him?
No, I never rid him up. I never did any bullshit.
Did you ever have to talk to him?
I knew somebody else was gonna say something, so I didn't have to. You know what I mean? No, I always told my mom, Clay, what the fuck, dude? Because we hang out afterwards, of course. I'm like,
we lived together.
I'm like, I
So
was
after
there.
work, he would just fucking bitch at
I'm
you
like,
and shit?
No.
I'm like, I was there, like I'd come home and he'd be, what took so long? I'm like, I don't know, maybe you didn't do your fucking boxes. And I was there for an extra 2 hours doing like 300 boxes.
There's nothing better than having a job where people give you money, give you
fucking
money,
quotations, a job.
and all your job is to drive around.
Is that what this
and smoke
podcast
weed.
is?
No,
I mean,
Is this
podcast?
is this a podcast?
yeah, this is actually better because I don't got to drive around. I just smoke weed. Is there somebody here?
So
You
even
can get your priorities in order.
even
dude.
with the easiest
Yeah, the guest.
McJay, even with the easiest, like laziest job you could ever have,
Yep.
he still got fired.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much impossible to get fired from the podcast, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Oh, what a roller coaster this podcast has been. It started off fucking awesome, and it kind of just, hey babe, and it kind of just went downhill for a little bit, and then
Hey, remind me later. I just lost my wallet into this chair.
It's gone,
Get it
bro.
later.
I already got it in my pocket.
Have fun with that $1.
Did you know that in Sun City the fucking garbage cans are in the ground?
Yeah.
I never knew that. I've been,
mine is still blown by
dude.
that.
It's that shit blows
It's not
me
just
away.
Sun City. That's like an old neighborhood thing.
Why would they do that? Some what? Like
'cause,
dogs
well,
can't get into them or something?
well,
I think
I
it's
mean-
smart. You don't have like.
But then
the
you gotta
trash
bend
can.
over to fucking pick that up. If you're
No, dude,
old,
they
that's
got
gonna
fuck- are you
suck.
Nobody has to bend over. The
they
only
got
person has to
gopher
bend over
sticks.
is the garbage man.
No, well, I mean, I think he's saying no, because there's a step on it.
you just throw it
There's
in
a little
there.
thing on the end, and they just step on it and drop their bag in there.
Oh no shit.
And
Yeah, totally.
And they're old people, dude. Their garbage bags are this big.
It's
Why- they don't
probably
need big
easier so they
ones.
don't have to push the trash cans in
What-
there too. You just hit the
Think
thing
about
and you
it.
just you literally
Hey.
hit the thing and then just drop it in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
dude.
It's
and
good
it's
for
just
their-
a really long tube.
They don't got to fuck with their
I've
backs.
never.
That's how
seen
my
that.
dad's house
Think about
was.
it though. Think about it, McClay. Think about how many times you've been in an elderly person's home. How big was their garbage can?
Yeah. Well, I don't look at their garbage.
But I'm just saying, if you can think of like it's the tiniest.
Is your dad's mind blown?
It almost seems like it's always full.
My dad
What does
is.
he think of it?
My dad is I think he's just so there's so much shit going on. He's just so busy, you know what I mean? So like he's constantly doing something and he's got to deal with so much bullshit because he doesn't understand a lot of like the tech shit that you got to do, you know? So he got a new TV, you know? And like I got to do all that. It's
Gotta set everything up.
every time I go to my parents' house, there's like something over there that I gotta fix, like electronic, and that is the thing I hate more than anything in life is having to fix computers or something like that.
I used to have you do mine all the time.
I fucking hate.
You
it,
are
bro.
good at
Yeah.
it. You are good at
I
it.
hate it.
Yeah.
But another thing about the trash, really quick, it probably also helps with the smell. Just being underground, you know,
Yeah.
with the lid.
Yeah.
Because those lids are pretty tight
Well,
too.
I think it's just for their because
backs.
they're old, their backs and shit. They don't got to bend over. They don't have to roll a garbage can out.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
They just go out, take a step. Fucking, are we boring you, bud?
No, tired, dude. I've been, dude. Shit. That sun takes. Hey, let's be honest, man. That heat I've been
You
out.
haven't been doing any of the training I've told you about, by the way. So.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you have? Okay. Maybe when I
yeah.
when I do the edit, I'll see it.
Yep.
Okay.
Could be.
All right. Well, do you have anything you want to plug, McClay?
I do. I have to plug. Let me plug.
Well, you'll be here next week. So.
Yeah. Well, let me plug it. Now I'll plug it every show since now I'm doing.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
I'm doing triple duty.
I'm gonna let the audience take a vote. Who you like better as a host? Brian McJ with an I or Brian McClay with a Y? Do you guys have any last statements?
That's the only difference between the two names.
Do you guys want to say something?
The I and Y is the only two differences.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only two differences in the name.
Do you guys want to say something to get a vote?
I show up on time.
And
Enough said.
Jay drinks fake squirt.
It's not fake.
That's fake. He's fake.
That has North Korean chemicals in it.
Fake.
No, dude. It's like when you get like that specialty card in a pack. Yeah. It's like a one of a kind comic.
You got
book.
the best squirt here.
Yeah, I did. The Mexican one.
No, that one.
No, the Mexican one.
Mine has meth in it.
We're all amped up.
Because it's from fucking Whitman. Whitman Swap Mart.
They only sell them one at a time.
Yeah. Yep. So one of you want to add this to your collection?
A variant.
Make a magnet out of it.
It's a variant because it's in black because the lettering's in black, not red.
That'd be a funny magnet.
Yeah, it would be.
Just really huge on the fridge.
Just put one inside. This is the magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on the inside, yeah.
It's like the most intrusive magnet because you always hit it with your face when you walk by the fridge.
Yeah. The little magnets that I have on there, I knock over all the time.
Like the amount of time it took to make this become a magnet, having to go inside and glue a magnet inside of it.
That's how I was thinking about those things. They just hollow them out and put that plastic shit in there, and
yeah,
it's pretty fucking dope.
Because I feel like it would be too much to just glue a magnet on the outside, because then it would just stick out more.
Totally.
So you
want it flush.
Yeah. So you have to go inside the can.
Yeah, totally.
It's like
I love it.
It's like microsurgery. So
you know what, McJ, you're just coming up with all these great ideas. I just want to say I really enjoyed the show. It's been a lot of fun. I'm
inventive.
You know what? To be honest with you, I owe you an apology.
Okay.
I'm really sorry that Brian with a Y McClay came in, and I don't want to say he ruined the episode, but he kind of took it for a different turn than I was expected.
Yeah, I was expecting a fist fight, really. I thought he was going to come in like, the jealous ex and be like, who are you? Why are you here? But it wasn't that.
It was
like finding another man in his man's bed.
Literally is.
That was why I made the reference. Like, we were in bed together and he walks in on it.
Said he came in all creepy.
Yeah.
And
No, he came in all creepily and joined in.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
Like, there's a gate code to get in here. Like,
A gay code?
He must have fucking hopped the fence. Did you hop the fence?
Did you say there's a gay code to get in here?
There's a gay code. Dude, the gay district is right up the road, bro. These trees.
These street code goes right out the window.
These trees shoot out fucking rainbows, dude. Keep the gays out.
These trees are squirting all over.
I was listening to some podcast. I can't remember if it was like Legion of Skanks or something, and they were talking about how at the gay pride parade in New York that there was stories about people like would walk out and there'd just be dudes just fucking everywhere and front, like behind cars and shit.
There was a big deal with the bathrooms because people needed to use the bathrooms, but dudes were just fucking in there. It's like, dude, I gotta shit.
They're so horny.
Wait till I finish.
Those are the horniest dudes.
Dude, that's why. So look, I think I would being like. This is why
you want to be gay.
This is why I understand. Well, I mean, I understand like women being lesbians because I mean, women's is hot.
Yeah, women's are beautiful,
but
men are fucking gross.
But yeah, dude, looking at yourself in the mirror and just dick and balls hang. It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest.
It's weird that
shapes.
chicks are like into that.
Yeah, right. Well, it's because they're straight.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yeah, but it's still weird.
But I get it being gay because dudes just like to fuck. And if you're a gay, it could be your buddy. It's like, dude,
totally.
Like, you could be like, hey, Keith, you wanna feel like a blowjob right now? I'll totally fucking blow you. Cool. Like that's how like
it would be the same way. Like if you could suck your own dick, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But also, I had a revelation about a lot of lesbians, like the manlier ones, right? The really like butch lesbians are like they hate men, right?
Totally.
And they love women, but then they do their best to look like a man.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically butch lesbians are just straight dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a haircut. They bind their boobs down. They wear fucking Red Wing boots.
Tim Dillon made a great point though that like he's like, you know, being sarcastic, but there's literally only 9 lesbian bars in the country anymore, and how lesbians are a thing of the past because now these kids are growing up with like this whole entire spectrum to be on. It's not even about being like gay or straight or lesbian. It's like I'm non-binary. I'm this. I'm binary.
And I feel like non-binary is a way to.
What is
like,
non-binary?
Non-binary means you don't like you accept sexually, emotionally, any type of human, whether they are however they identify. You're accepting.
So you're just willing to fuck anything.
But there's about 100 other labels under that.
Well, yeah, there's a million of them, but I feel like when you say non-binary, it takes pressure off you of choosing, like you don't know, or maybe you're into weird shit and you're just like, no, I'm non-binary. So then that becomes acceptable.
Well, anybody can say they're really non-binary. So if I say I'm non-binary, does that mean it's okay to be a single white male?
I'm non-binary. I like redheads and blondes and brunettes.
I was hearing about. It's funny you're talking about this because I was listening to I think it was Tim Pool on the way here, and he's talking about how they're doing this crazy thing with schools, and they would only call on minorities. They wouldn't call on the white guy in the audience, and they would say, hey, okay, is there anybody that has any more questions or has anything else to say? And the white dude raised his hand and he said, yeah, I do. And they said no, anybody else? And then he said, I'm gay. And they said, oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh,
yeah, I saw that clip.
That's stupid.
So if I go in there and I say, as long as you say, hey, I'm non-binary, or can I get called on?
Yeah.
And by non-binary, I mean that I'm a straight white male that likes women.
Yeah.
And that is
it's basically no label.
Yeah.
By saying non-binary, you choose to not have any label, even though you have it's specific to you what you do like.
So maybe that's the super trick to use.
It's a cop out.
It is a cop out, but maybe that's a trick we have to use in order to fucking.
And maybe I'm totally wrong, which I usually am. That's how it feels like. And why do you have to label it? Just be you and like what you like. I don't understand why you have to start writing a book on how to label things.
Yeah.
The problem with me is I try to be as polite as possible everywhere I go. So I even call younger people sir, and like, hey, thank you, sir, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly doing that to these coffee shops around here, and I realize I'm probably offending them, and they're just kind of being nice because they I'm like a customer that shows up all the time. But it's like, do I need to stop watching? I'm not going to do that, but it's like, I don't know, it's just like a weird time where it's like, because I saw a video where a transsexual was in like a Popeye's chicken or something, and the guy did the same thing, like, thank you, sir, and she's like, why are you calling me sir? And she's all offended, like making a big sting of it, and then turning it onto them. It's ma'am. It's like,
it's ma'am.
So I feel like I'm eventually that's going to happen to me, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm going to call the wrong person, but I'm actually just
trying to be
because
nice.
of years of me just saying thank you, sir, thank you. It's just like
and it's not to be. You're not trying to be offensive.
No.
You don't know. Like, and that's the thing too. Like, I watch some of these like cringe videos of like whatever things like that, and people post these videos. If you can't get my how I identify, if you can't get it right, then I'm not going to give you the time to correct. Blah blah blah. It's like, if you don't tell me how you identify, how am I supposed to get it right?
Yeah,
how am I supposed to get it right? And I don't care what you. I'm not that person that's gonna be like, no, you're a woman. Well, no, I identify as a fucking sea lion.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same way as like, hey, I don't know how to say your last name, so if I please tell me how to say it so I don't mess it up.
Exactly.
That's the same exact fucking thing.
Do you lose your mind if somebody spells your name wrong?
No.
Are you like, listen to me.
Yeah.
If you can't spell it right, I'm not going to tell you how to spell it.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle has a great quote about it. It's something like, he accepts everybody,
Yeah.
but like, how far do I have to cater towards your pretty
Yeah.
much, mental issues and identity politics and shit, like,
Yep.
we shouldn't have to cater to that.
Can I actually switch gears here because you brought up
We got to
Dave
wrap
Chappelle.
real quick, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you're
Just
good.
real quick.
Yeah.
Because I was just listening to your episode where you guys talked about the aliens when they brought up
the
all
report.
the documents, right? So we talked about it when it came up on nfhcpodcast.com. Anybody?
I'll put a plug.
You want to check it out? nfhcpodcast.com has all the links to all the players and YouTube, all that stuff. So we discussed it, and then we got on topic of asking if aliens came, who would be the best ambassador to greet them and have a conversation with them? So you think The Rock?
Yeah.
Who do you think would be a good ambassador to address them? And like they go and they
Joe
just
Rogan.
sit.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Joe Rogan. I go Joe Rogan.
Okay, so I said Dave Chappelle.
No.
This is
fuck
why.
no.
This is why. Let me explain why. Dave Chappelle is, when you listen to especially his most recent stand-up, but even his old stand-up, he isn't on a side. There's no side when you listen to him. He may be, if you talk to him personally, but when you listen to him, he's
definitely on his side.
He's on
a lot of his last shit is so political. It's obvious
but
he's on his side.
but it is, but it's not. When you listen to it, he's not like he gives the good and the bad of either side. Whenever he talks, I always have something to disagree with about everybody. I'll agree and disagree. Whenever I hear him, I'm like, I really don't disagree with any of his points.
I have actually recently, and
well,
I think I have to disagree with what you're saying. I think
Yeah.
it's a horrible decision.
So I don't think it.
What do you think
for
of that?
me,
What do you?
About Dave Chappelle? I don't know. I haven't listened to Dave.
I think the
Chappelle's
reason why
last shit.
agree with Joe Rogan is just he seems like the most open-minded
Yes,
person
that's
in
exactly
media
why.
of
well,
all
and see,
time.
Yeah.
and I feel the same about Dave Chappelle, but I feel like Joe Rogan might fanboy.
True, very true,
You know what I mean?
very
Like,
true.
He might, he
Because
might
he's like
freak
so
out.
famous, like he doesn't really
You know?
fanboy much. But if it was an alien, yeah, he'd.
I'm like, what if he starts telling him eat elk meat?
Dude,
It'll make you more aggressive.
That'd
You
be
know
awesome
what I
if you
mean?
had the
Like-
alien on his podcast.
Yeah. Fucking.
But you know what
Anyway.
I'm saying? Like everybody probably has. I asked somebody and they said Morgan Freeman, and somebody said Denzel Washington, and
The person that should do it is not famous and someone we don't know.
Yeah.
It needs
you
to
know?
be well. And I was thinking Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm like, dude, that dude would fucking just nut in his pants instantly and not be able to talk to him because he'd just be like, oh my god, you know.
Like,
But-
why Morgan Freeman? I mean, yeah, I guess he's a cool actor, but like, fuck that. Like,
Well, I mean, if you're just throwing off a name, you know, you just kind of throw a name out.
You know
But,
who I would
like,
send?
I thought
I'll tell you
about
who I
it
would
for
send.
a second.
I would send Brian McClay.
that would be fucking crazy. I'll be honest, dude. That shit scares me, dude.
No, dude, he'd fucking show up late and they'd leave.
No, he'd miss out on the butt
Yeah,
probing.
he would miss our only opportunity to make contact because he's fucking
He
late.
fucks all of
Yeah.
like Earth and
Or like they're talking to him and he's
Mankind.
over there yawning. They're like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm tired. You know what I mean? It'd be a terrible fucking.
they fly off.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
choose.
fuck Earth, man.
Yeah, I don't choose.
Do you think that
McClay.
they're gonna like sound like that?
Yeah.
They're gonna sound like
Man.
that.
It's like
Mars
to me, it's Mars
Attacks.
Attacks.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite like
That's funny.
alien.
Yeah,
movies.
I just had to bring that up. I mean, that's just my opinion. Why The Rock?
I don't know. I don't even care about The Rock. He just seems like a good guy.
It's like
He's got like
you threw
300
that-
million Instagram followers.
Like you threw that out before I even like finished. Like fucking hacksaw Jim Duggan. Wrestlers, huh? So you'd send a professional wrestler to go and greet the
No,
aliens.
I was kind of joking. I mean,
No.
I don't know. Anyway.
That's funny.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, McClay. If you don't mind, I'll invite you the next time
Thanks
to
for
come
being
on as a
thanks
guest.
for being my first guest.
And thank you for such a great episode. This, first time as being a co-host. So
Yep.
that is a wrap on. I don't even know what the fuck the episode is, but who gives a fuck?